Hello and welcome back to another video. And it's like buses. You wait for one and then two come along at once. I'd never had my hands on a reel-to-reel before, and I had a national, if you remember, I had a national RQ-102S. I'll put a link to the video up there, and it was a slightly larger version with a carrying handle, and then I've got this one in now, which is a national RQ-102S, slightly smaller form factor, without the carrying handle. So we'll have a look at this one. Now, if you remember from the last video, these models were pretty much all made by a manufacturer called Matsushita, and then everyone just branded them differently. So it has national on here, but you could equally have Matsushita on the front, or you could have Panasonic here, or you could have Osaka. So one manufacturer, lots of different brands. So what we'll do is have a quick look over the condition. I'll point out some of the features and then we'll do a demonstration. So condition's pretty good, you know, for that age. This was, I don't know if I mentioned, this one's 1966. Some very light scratches just there on the top. The metallic finish all seems reasonably good for its age. A couple of minor little dinks there. Yeah, nothing really stands out, you know, for just something like this, a heavy plastic made item. It's all pretty good. So I guess the only thing to really point out is that the battery, it doesn't work on batteries, however much I've tried to get it working. It runs off mains power, which you can store in there. So in fact, is there any point in showing it now? Yeah, go on then. We'll do it now, and then we'd have to come back. So basically, you just use that tab to open that up, and then this battery bay will then slide out, as you can see there. Fortunately, that doesn't work, but you can stow the mains power when not in use inside there, which is quite a nice feature. And then just pop this back in and close that up. Also, I should mention, I've been in and I've changed the two belts inside with as close as I could find, and compared to the other national, which was relatively easy, this took forever. This must have taken around 3, maybe even 4 hours to restore this item, both cosmetically and internally. Now, the fast forward does spin the mechanism. So if I open this up and I took off the reel, and we can talk about this here because we're talking condition, not functions. So I've been in, changed the belts, cleaned everything, all the heads and all that kind of thing. Now you see, if I select play, it plays. And if I select depress the fast forward button and do it, it also plays. But because the belt's just not quite the right size, when the reel's on, it doesn't spin. You can hear that it's turning inside, but essentially it's there's just not quite enough friction to fast forward. Rewind works absolutely fine, as does play. Yeah, so point that's out there. So let me just pop this reel on, and then we'll talk about some of the functions and some of the other bits. Right, so we're all back in and set up. So obviously you've got, and it's included in, so you've got the reel-to-reel here, a little label there saying it's a capstan drive. You've got the national advertising there as well when it's open. Down here, this is where, when I apply power, you'll see this needle will move to show kind of high power, but it doesn't move when there's batteries put in and nothing operates. I haven't tried the record function, which you'd obviously press record and move to play in combination with the front. So you've got your play, stop and rewind. You depress the button on the front to first, and then move that to fast forward. Right here at the front, you've got the volume selector. I haven't tried the remote mic. That's if you remember the other video, there's a certain type that kind of came with both, it kind of powers it and inputs it at the same time. I haven't tried the radio, I haven't tried the monitor, and then there was no other additional features to mention. On this one, there's just kind of a bit of a leather strap, and in theory it would be battery as well as mains in that storage compartment. So that's the condition of the unit, quite nice for the 60s. and a little bit of information about what I've done. So now we'll demonstrate it working. Now this tape, unlike the other one, it's basically the same music on both sides, and it sounds almost a little bit like something in a church, like that might be playing, like the, you know, when the was it the congressional, the you know, when people are coming in and they're just playing it over and over whilst people are getting seated, because it's almost a little bit organy. So what I'll do is I will hit play, and if anyone does recognise the music other than me just thinking it's that, then let me know. So here we go. And you'll see the volume works nicely. Really quite loud on there. I guess the quality is as good as whatever was recorded onto there, and it's 60-year-old tape. Sorry, you know, you get the point. It's old tape, so not bad. Now, as I mentioned, rewind works absolutely fine. So if we put it on rewind, and then we'll play again. Now what you'll see, so if I fast forward it, as I mentioned, I can hear it spinning, but it just doesn't have, you can see that it just doesn't have enough to motor, which is a shame, but it is what it is. I'd much rather replace all the belts rather than sell, because they were really on the way out, and if you sell it to someone and then it doesn't work in weeks or months. So I'll show you whilst we're here anyway. I mean, I'm sure you can take my word for it. We'll turn the tape over and I'll play what's on the other side, which is why I think it's used in like a shop or a church or something. Much tighter to get it in than the other model. So if you remember, it's just like a tape cassette, so all you're going to do is flick them over. So if you were listening to it like this a moment ago, all you're going to do is flick it over like this, and then re-thread it through. So there we go, that's re-threaded. Let's press play. Actually, a bit of singing, I hadn't heard this before. It's a nice find, that wasn't there before. Just going to rewind, see what else we can find. See, there's that music, so there's actually some pretty cool music further along. So anyway, I'll let whoever gets this explore the music and see what other secrets there are there. So yeah, in summary, that was the National, or the Panasonic, as you might also find it branded, RQ-102S, which was a reel-to-reel tape made in 1966. Again, nice to have my hand on this format. Nice to experience not once now, but twice. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, share, comment, subscribe. It really helps me grow the channel. And until the next one, all the best, take care, and see you.